What's up, everyone? It's your boy. It's Giant the 5A here, man. And today, I want to talk about AEW and some things I think it could do to really improve the programming and really just improve the show's quality overall. Now, I will admit there are some good aspects about AEW from what I've seen, and some of them aspects is the match quality and the wrestling. The wrestling matches themselves and the match quality themselves, just on its own strictly, is very good most of the time. Most of their matches are very good matches. They have good talent on their roster. That is another thing I will say, and that talent puts together good matches. The only problem is with AEW is I would definitely say it have to come down to storyline and just direction and management. When it comes to storylines, I just don't think their storylines are that believable, or they don't put a lot of effort into building them up long enough. So there's just nothing really there as an audience to really get you going for the match or to really hype up the match. Especially when you got two big people going against each other. There's just nothing there to really hype you up about the match or get you too excited most of the time. Now, I will admit they did a great job with the MJF and Daniel Bryan storyline. They did a great job with that. But a lot of other storylines they just kind of fall flat a lot of times. Like, except for the MJF and Daniel Bryan one being an exception. But a lot of the other storylines they do, I feel like they just don't do enough to really promote those storylines. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like they just don't run it long enough to really have effect. You know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of there. You know what I mean? Like Kenny Omega and John Moxley. Like, I feel like, yeah, they had a couple interactions, but I didn't really feel like the rivalry was that intense. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't really, like, make it seem that intense. Like, they didn't really have them, like, do any too much to each other. Like, it just didn't seem that intense. Like, they just seemed like they did a Texas death match because they wanted to do a Texas death match. It never seemed like there was, like, really any hatred. Like, maybe some, like, maybe like a little jealousy or like a little I want to be better than you type of thing, but never really any, it never really felt like any tension or hatred. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I want a storyline, I want to feel like there's tension. I want to feel like there's hatred between these two superstars. I want to feel like these two are gonna go off when they get in the ring together. You know what I mean? I don't want some lukewarm soup when it comes to storylines and rivalries. I feel like AEW, it's like the storylines are just, it goes one of two ways. It either goes MJF and Daniel Bryan level of this is pretty. It either goes MJF Daniel Bryan level of good, or it goes some lukewarm beef. It's like lukewarm soup. Like, yeah, it's not. It's good enough to eat, but you're not gonna enjoy it that much. You know what I mean? It's like lukewarm soup. You're not gonna enjoy it that much. Is it good enough to eat? Yeah, but you like it a little hotter type shit. Same thing with the rivalries, man. Like, they're okay. They're okay, decent, but there's just not anything special, or there's just not anything special to keep you talking about them past the time they go on, or really anything that special about them in general to interest you that much. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, oh, just another match, basically. You know what I mean? There's nothing really. There's nothing really special there. Yeah, the storylines are passable sometimes and okay, but they're nothing special and spectacular that you are really gonna be hella looking forward to. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a casual, I'll watch it. It's another match. You know what I mean? It's not really a, yeah, let's see where the fuck this goes type of thing. You like when you watch WWE or something. It's, you know what I mean? And that's one thing AEW needs to figure out is just storylines and direction. Like, where do they want to go with certain superstars? That's another thing I've noticed about them when it comes to like changing titles a lot. They like change titles a lot. Like, the TNT champions already had like 8 different title holders in the past like 2-3 months now. Yeah, just been swip swapping back and forth, and it's like I don't think they really have a direction of who they want to build up as a heel, who they want to build up as a face. They don't really have any direction of where they want to go besides MJF right now, and maybe like a select few. They really don't have like a direction for most of their roster on what they want them to do or where they want them to go. They're just kind of throwing things randomly at TV and seeing what sticks. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't really have any direction. It seems with where they want these superstars to go because it seems like they're constantly changing who they want in the title pictures. They're doing championship matches every week, which honestly I don't think you should be doing championship matches every week. They do championship matches way too much. Like that makes the title just seem kind of invalid, I guess. It makes the title matches seem less special when it comes to a big title match. And it kind of ruins the hype when you're doing a title match every week. Like if you did it once in a great while on a show and then did it at the pay-per-views, that'd be fine. But don't do a title match every week, man. That's just too much. You feel me? So yeah, those are some of the things AEW needs to fix. Just get the direction on where you want certain superstars to go, how you want to build them. If you want to build them as face, heel, get all that shit worked out. Make the storylines better. Make the storylines have more heat and more stakes. And then another thing is like I've noticed is like they have like a women's division, but they hardly be doing anything with it. You know what I mean? Like if you have a women's division, you should at least like do two at least like two diva matches on the card. At least two. And maybe a promo. At least. But like most of the time I watch AEW, I've seen shows that don't even have like diva matches at all. They'll just have like a promo. Like a short promo with the divas doing something. They won't even have like a diva match at all. And it's insane. Diva, I think they're called divas. I don't know, women wrestlers. I don't know what they call them in AEW. I just say diva because that's a term I'm familiar with because that's a term I grew up with back in my childhood. So that's just the term I use. But yeah, they have a women's division, but they don't really use it a whole lot. Like I'd like to see them use it a little more. Like at least do two matches on the card and maybe a promo. But like there's fucking AEW shows that don't even use any women in the match card. I mean, it's like at that point you might as well just have a men's only wrestling. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna have a women's division, at least use it a good amount. Like AEW really don't be using their women's division that much. You know what I mean? So I mean I just feel like they're kind of wasting their talents being there. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're just not really used a lot. So yeah, that's those are like to sum it all up. They need to change their direction. They need to change their. They need to figure out what direction they want to go in as a company. They need to have better. They need to have better storylines, better rivalries, better stakes in their storylines. Build up their storylines better. And yeah, I think that would definitely help them out a lot. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.